Join me today as I put new life into two old kitchen chairs to use here in the foyer. Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Life with Marion and Joe, and today I'm just going to do a quick little video and show you how I revamped two old kitchen chairs of my grandmother's to something I can use here. So what I'm doing is I actually have two chairs left over from my grandmother's kitchen set. What happened was it was a table, great table. The leaves were on the ends and they popped up with a drawer in the middle for utensils and 6 chairs. But we had lent it to somebody and they had it in their basement, and the basement got flooded and it all got ruined. Luckily, I had 2 chairs left, and those are the chairs that I'm going to try to update a little bit. And so what I wanted to do is complement this table with 2 chairs that I'm going to revamp. Now this is the chair, and sorry for the darkness, it's in the shop and I really wasn't planning on making a video. I decided after the fact, but you can see it is a natural wood tone. I think you can see that. So what I had to do is remove the seat and the back, 4 screws each. I sanded it down lightly and then I spray painted it with a black high gloss spray paint. And it took about, I want to say 3 coats to cover the whole thing. I did the bottom first, turned it over, and then I did the top, and it gives it a nice smooth finish. Okay, so I got my fabric from Walmart, and I got the pre-cut fabric. It was all lined up there, so I didn't have to wait for somebody to come over and cut the fabric for me. Here is my seat cushion. I'm leaving the vinyl on because I don't know what kind of condition the padding is underneath, and I don't want to find out because I'm not changing it. And next is I have to turn it upside down, and I'm going to place it on top of the material and cut the amount that I need, leaving enough reveal on each side that I'm going to be able to pull it in and give it a good staple. I'm going to use a staple gun, and I'm also going to use masking tape to make the initial fit so it's where I want it to be. So I placed the fabric right side down and put the seat on top, and then I pulled in the back and masking taped it, and then I did it in the front, and I flipped it over to make sure that the pattern was straight. When you have a pattern, you always have to check that out. So I taped the front, turned it over and checked it out, and then I taped the back, turned it over and checked it out. I began the stapling process, one in the front, one in the back, pulling it, then turning it over, and then doing the sides, and then I work around and do the corners. So you just have to keep checking that your pattern remains tight and straight. Once you've completed that, all you need to do is to trim off the excess so that it's not so bulky underneath there when you go to screw the seat in. So here's my scissor that I cut around the edge, and here is what it looks like cut up. And here's what it looks like on the seat. It's a fun pattern. It's kind of chic. It's Paris. It's Paris. And I think the coloring is really nice, and it'll go well with the greens that I have going on in the foyer. The back of this chair had this front part, and it had a part in the back as it has a thin vinyl piece that I had to peel off so that I could upholster the front and then do the back separately. This is the same process. I taped it, and then I stapled the top, stapled the bottom, pulled and did each side, and then made sure that it was taut because it has an angle on it. Now these I had to keep checking because of that little dip it has. You see it has a little wave in it. So I had to keep making sure that it was nice and tight by pulling it and stapling. To give the chair some interest, I decided to use a purple fabric for that vinyl piece or that flap that goes on the back of that cushion. So the back will be a solid purple. Once again, I laid it down on the fabric. I measured out the piece. I gave enough reveal around the outside so that I could pull it onto this piece and secure it. I couldn't use staples on this one. It was too thin. So I used hot glue, and same process, top, bottom, sides, and kept pulling to make sure that it was nice and taut. For the initial attachment, what I did was I used a bead of hot glue all around the inside of that back cushion piece, and then I pressed the purple piece onto it and held it there tightly. Next, I'm going to use upholstery nails that I got in Home Depot to make a finished edge and also to secure that piece to the back. You want to use a rubber mallet in order to push these tacks in. I started in the middle on the top, then put one on the bottom, then the 4 corners, and then I began adding them in around the whole perimeter of the purple piece. You want to line this up so that it's even across the front. And what I tend to do is I want to screw the front in before the back, because when you screw the back in, it pulls the seat back, and sometimes you don't have enough reveal in the front. So this is what I was talking about before. There were 4 of these, one in each corner of the chair, and you're just going to use your screw to secure to the base. And if your chair only has a seat, you're done once you do that. But mine has the back, so I need to put that on as well. These are wooden button plugs, and they go in those where the screws went for the backs to give it a finished look. So that's where the screws go in for the back, and then the button plug will go right in there, and I'm going to put it in. See, it's in. Them didn't fit snug, so I put a little bit of tape around the bottom of it, and it fit in, and I just used my rubber mallet to put them in. And there's their new home for now, and I think Grandma would have loved them. And I do, and I hope Marianne will, and I hope you enjoyed them too. So thanks for stopping by today, and look for another video coming up real soon. Don't forget, please subscribe. It's free. If you just stumbled on me, thumbs up really helps me out, and drop me a comment. Okay, everybody, take care. Hope you have a nice day, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.